Welcome forward to star 19 of our reflections, and the three words or concepts we'll be looking at today to help us orientate ourselves through the scriptures are attentiveness, Queen of Hope, and Joseph most courageous. So getting straight into it, and again we're continuing with Matthew. You have heard that it was said to those of ancient times, "You shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be liable to judgment. But I say to you that if you are angry with a brother or sister, you will be liable to judgment. And if you insult a brother or sister, you will be liable to the council. And if you say, 'You fool,' you will be liable to the hells of fire." So when you are offering your gift at the altar, if you remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go first, be reconciled to your brother or sister, and then come and offer your gift. So again, if you want to pause the video and give that some thought. So we've got attentiveness, Queen of Hope, and Joseph most courageous. And then we've got the scripture which contains words like judgment, being angry, but also reconciliation and gifts at the altar, which you could link to sacrifice. And again, going back to that concept of reconciliation and possibly the role of anger in all of that again. So I'm just trying to make some, I suppose, meaning to that in terms of also those other words. So just quickly, in terms of Joseph most courageous and Queen of Hope, I suppose we've got those there to look at it in terms of their witness. So even though Jesus is speaking in this scripture, actually he would have probably been influenced and got his teachings also, from Mary and Joseph. So that's quite interesting to give that some thought, particularly about being attentive to one's anger, and that's quite central to this reading, and that's something I certainly possibly struggle with. So I need to be more attentive to being angry. And why is that important? So I need to give that some thought as we go through. So just going through again some of these words, trying to link them up. We've got hope and reconciliation. Courage, well again, you need courage to seek reconciliation with people. It's not always easy. And this concept of anger again, when you're angry, if you let the anger feed, then you're not likely to want to seek reconciliation in the first place. And the scripture in this example says, if your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar. It doesn't say if you have something against them. So that's worth giving that some more thought. So it's a twist there. So please give that some thought. But again, it's still about you making the first step to reconciliation, even if it's they've got something against you rather than you've got something against them. And again, this links back with some of the previous stars. And this concept of anger, again, one could link to Psalm 4, which we've briefly introduced, and Corinthians 13, what is love? And certainly anger is not love. But going back to Psalm 4, that does make it quite clear about, if you are angry or disturbed, sorrowful and so forth, do not sin, but sit silently on your bed, if you like. Offer right sacrifice. Again, that could be prayer, thinking about what choices you have to make, and then trusting God. And then bringing in this attentiveness again, really being attentive to your anger, which links with star 18 yesterday, actually about prudence and about asking yourself, how can I improve this relationship or situation, and how do I best do that? and that's very much about prudence. And if you're really attentive to your feelings and emotions, then you will stop, sit in silence, and ask that question, and then think about what you have to do to make things better, but in the best possible way. So I think that sort of, I suppose you could leave it there, but leave it there really. Just think about the impact of anger on yourselves or ourselves. I'll certainly be thinking about that, and how it does prevent me from being prudent, even hopeful and courageous in searching for reconciliation with people. So I'll give that some thought throughout the day. So I'll leave you with your thoughts. So God bless.